All right, let's talk about a case that cuts straight to the heart of Fourth Amendment jurisprudence. We have Deputy Cortland Johnson of the Bernalillo County Sheriff's Office and a motorcyclist named Taylor Tipton. Now, this isn't just another traffic stop gone wrong. This case is actively working its way through federal court right now. The judge has already denied motions to dismiss, which means a federal court looked at these allegations and said there's enough here to proceed. What makes this significant is the broader pattern. BCSO has been dealing with serious accountability questions. Just recently, Sheriff John Allen held a press conference defending one deputy while terminating 2 others for misconduct. There's a culture question here that goes beyond one officer. So we're going to apply the actual legal standards, Terry v. Ohio and Rodriguez v. United States and Arizona v. Johnson, and see what the law actually says about what happened here. If you want more analysis like this, make sure to subscribe. Let's get into it.
I really don't know.
We'll sit here till you get him on the phone.
I don't know the guy, man. I'm not even from here. I'm from Portales.
Oh, you think I'm playing? I'm not playing.
No, you're serious, sir. I know you are.
Okay, well then get off your bike and sit right there. Take your helmet off.
I don't know the guy. I swear to God.
Give me your driver's license, insurance, and registration for the bike, and I'll figure out if I'm going to tow it, because y'all are riding together, coming down Prince, heading south, riding side by side, but all of a sudden you don't know him. And then, let me finish talking. And then, y'all pull up together, and he splits off right over here. But you don't know him. You better.
I don't even know why he split off, because... like, I didn't even see anything. I was at the light, and he came up, and he was next to me, and there was another motorcycle, like bicycle thing in front of us, and he took off, and then I don't know where that guy went.
Okay, well, get what I asked you for.
At the next light, I didn't even see him at the next light.
You're done talking. Just get what I asked you for. Because I don't put up with people fleeing. You weren't running, because you know the person that was with you. Insurance, registration.
I have 2 of them. I'm not sure if that one was expired.
Shouldn't be carrying 2 licenses on you as well.
One of them was mailed.
You better get your phone out and start calling them.
I don't have my phone.
Time's ticking.
What's that? I don't even have his number, man. I don't know the guy.
So y'all just automatically, randomly meet up. Come down Prince. Come down Prince.
Well, I was at Family Dollar, and I seen that guy pass by, and I hopped on my bike to try to catch up to him. And then I caught him next to him. I just said what's up to the guy, and then he took off. I really don't know him.
Do you know how much sense that makes? And how much that doesn't add up at all?
I was just trying to write it down. I was trying to meet him, but I didn't ever get to talk to him or nothing.
You haven't got the insurance that I asked for.
It's on my girlfriend's phone. I don't know how to get to it.
No, so you're riding and you don't have the provided documents that you need to ride the bike.
I wasn't expecting to get pulled over or nothing.
It doesn't matter if you're expecting to get pulled over or not. You're supposed to have that on you. What type of bike does he drive?
I didn't even know. It looks like a black one or something. I really don't know. I didn't get a good look at it. It looks like a newer one, maybe. I wasn't trying to be like that, sir.
So I'm supposed to believe you?
I really don't know.
You just met the guy 20 seconds before, and you come down this way, you want to ride down Prince, and the way that he flees to, you come right back to the area where he fled. How much sense does that make?
I I don't even know where I was going. I was trying to go out of town.
You're trying to go out of town. You know which way is out of town. Down Prince where you're headed. But then you circle back the way that where he comes.
Okay, so right out the gate, I'm seeing something that concerns me deeply. Deputy Johnson is operating on an assumption. He's assuming that because two motorcyclists were traveling in the same direction, they must know each other. That's not reasonable suspicion. That's conjecture. Under Terry v. Ohio, the standard is specific and articulable facts, not hunches, not assumptions based on proximity. And what I'm hearing from this officer is, you were riding together, so you must be connected to whoever fled. That logic would criminalize anyone who happens to share a road with someone else. Now here's what the clip doesn't tell you. Deputy Johnson has a documented history of contentious stops. This isn't his first time having his conduct questioned during traffic encounters. Internal reviews at BCSO have looked at his behavior before. And listen to the tone here. You better. You're done talking. This isn't de-escalation. This is dominance. The officer is making demands before he's even established whether this stop has legitimate legal footing. New Mexico requires reasonable suspicion to detain someone. Simply being near another vehicle that fled does not automatically transfer suspicion to you. That's guilt by geographic association, and the Fourth Amendment doesn't permit that.
I mean, you can be honest and say that you know him, but if you want to sit here and lie, I'm going to give you everything that I can give you, right?
Yes, sir. I mean, I just
Continue lying. It's just going to make it worse for you. You don't know him well.
I literally just met him.
But you just said you were trying to meet him. So continue lying. I'm listening.
I'll be completely honest with you, all right? No more lies or shit. I met the guy at the gas station. I never met him before. I was getting gas. He said if I wanted to roll through town with him, I was like, yeah, well, I'm going home anyways. I'll go through Prince with you. We went through Prince, and then he split off. I didn't see him, and I saw him turn right. So I turned right, too, and I tried to see where he went, and I couldn't find him. I don't know the guy, though. Like, I don't know his name. Nothing like that. But I swear to God,
He didn't say where he lived?
no, sir, I don't know anything about that. Where he lives, I didn't even know his name.
You don't exchange any information.
No, sir. We're just going for a ride together. Friend.
That's how you meet random people out here?
Well, I see them on books. See where they're headed. And I was already headed home, so I wasn't really trying to stick around over here.
But then you just went out of your way to stick around over here. This is not home.
This is not home.
This is the complete opposite way.
I seen him turn, so I tried to follow where he went. I couldn't find him. That's the truth.
Okay.
That's all I'm just gonna say.
Now it's the truth after 10 minutes.
Did you catch that? I'm going to get you everything that I can get you. That's not law enforcement. That's coercion. That's an officer explicitly threatening to weaponize the legal system as punishment for exercising your constitutional right to remain silent. Now let me bring in Rodriguez versus United States from 2015. The Supreme Court was crystal clear. A traffic stop becomes unlawful the moment it extends beyond the time reasonably required to complete the stop's mission. And what is that mission? Address the traffic violation. Run your license. Issue your citation or warning. Done. What Deputy Johnson is doing here is fishing. He's extended the stop far beyond any legitimate traffic purpose to conduct an interrogation about someone Tipton allegedly met at a gas station. That's not investigating a traffic infraction. That's a Terry stop masquerading as a traffic citation. And Arizona versus Johnson from 2009 does allow officers to ask questions unrelated to the stop. But here's what people miss. Those inquiries cannot measurably extend the stop's duration without independent reasonable suspicion. Where is that suspicion here? Because I'm not seeing specific articulable facts. I'm seeing an officer who already decided Tipton was guilty and is now fishing for evidence to justify that conclusion. The framework is being violated in real time.
So I still don't feel like that's the truth. So I'll let you think on the truth because I don't feel like that's the truth because it took you 10 minutes to tell the truth finally, right? It took you 10 minutes to tell the truth. If you can just grow up and be a man about it and tell the truth, I can work with you. But if you want to sit here and keep lying about it, I'm not going to work with you. So I'll give you a few more minutes to think about your decisions and then we'll go from there. But like I said, if you want to continue lying to me and doing all that, because I know the truth, we'll go from there. But I don't take getting lied to very good.
Sir.
You can lie to everybody else, but I don't like getting lied to. Especially when you've already been caught. There's no sense in keep on lying. Right, you're caught. I got your keys. You're not going nowhere. I got your ID. I know who you are.
I'm not trying to be a nuisance or...
I'm 10-4. Clear for 190 New Mexico. So your bike?
Yes, sir.
How long you owned it?
Maybe like 6-7 months.
How many times you been pulled over on it?
This is my first time.
First time. Well, that's what we do.
I've been trying not to speed or do nothing like that on it.
Well, when you're driving stupid through town in a well-populated area,
I was driving stupid?
why do you think I just turn around? You think I just turn around for no reason?
I was driving fine.
You think I just turn around for no reason?
I wasn't doing nothing crazy or I wasn't
Go ahead.
speeding. I wasn't swerving.
You think I just turn around just to turn around? You think I just love...
I think you probably saw that other guy doing whatever he was doing. I didn't see that he was doing though, but...
So I'm debating on towing your motorcycle or not right now. That's what I'm debating on. That's where I'm at. It'll be a long walk to Portales. You got someone to come pick you up?
Maybe.
This is where it gets ugly. If you can just grow up and be a man about it. That's not professional law enforcement communication. That is textbook coercive interrogation laced with personal insults designed to break someone psychologically. Let me tell you what established police conduct standards actually require. The International Association of Chiefs of Police and virtually every post commission in America mandates that officers maintain professional demeanor and refrain from demeaning language during citizen encounters. What we just witnessed? Deputy Johnson calling an adult citizen a liar repeatedly while demanding he grow up and be a man? That's not just unprofessional, it's a manipulation tactic. And here's what the clip doesn't tell you. Deputy Johnson has faced prior internal reviews at BCSO for his conduct during traffic stops. This isn't an isolated incident. This is a pattern. When an officer says, "I got your keys, you're not going nowhere," while simultaneously threatening to impound someone's motorcycle, that's psychological coercion. That's leveraging the power imbalance inherent in every police encounter to extract statements. The demeanor here reveals an officer who views citizens as subjects to be dominated rather than constitutional rights holders to be respected. This is precisely the conduct that generates civil rights lawsuits, which is exactly what happened here.
So you're telling me, because I just find this very odd, you're telling me you met someone at a gas station, didn't even get their first name. Hey, bro, you want to ride?
I'm sure he told me his name, but I don't remember it.
Well, I guess we're just going to sit here and we're going to act dumb.
I really don't know his name, man.
Okay, well, I guess you're about to get every citation I can think of then. And then I'll think about towing the bike. Because I don't play games like that, okay?
I know, sir, you're serious. I just don't know the guy. I told you the truth. I just met him.
No, you told me the truth after 10 minutes. Right? You bullshit with me as soon as I got out with you. And then you want to tell me the truth. That's what you did. So you can backtrack you saying that you told me the truth. You told me the truth after 10 minutes. Right?
Yeah, I told you. Yeah, you're right.
I know I'm right, because it's all on camera. I know I'm right.
I really don't know. I literally just met him. I don't know his name. I don't even know what bike that was.
It's kind of unfortunate for you, huh?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not even from here. I don't even know the guy.
Well, you're going to get cited for reckless driving.
I am?
No insurance. Let's see. Do you have a motorcycle endorsement? You have a motorcycle endorsement. No, well, you lied to me about everything already, so.
Dude, I don't know, man. Come on.
No, it's fine. You've lied to me, and then y'all want to flee, so it's fine.
I flee?
And y'all want to flee, and then you come back here. Do you want to go to jail for fleeing?
Dude.
We can go to jail for fleeing, or you can just get a citation for reckless driving. Which one?
Man, I'll take the ticket, but...
That's what I figured. You want to just take the ticket, or we can go to jail.
I didn't really do nothing, though, man.
We can take the ticket, or we can go to jail. If you want to go to jail, we can go ahead and hop on up. Okay, then I'll give you the ticket for reckless driving.
And there it is. You can take the ticket or we can go to jail. That right there is a false binary designed to coerce compliance. Let me break down what Tipton actually got right here and where every motorist watching needs to pay attention. When Tipton said, "I don't remember," and "I just don't know the guy," he was exercising something fundamental. The Fifth Amendment protects you from self-incrimination. You are under no legal obligation to assist law enforcement in building a case against yourself or anyone else. None. That's not obstruction. That's constitutional protection. But here's what the law actually requires during a traffic stop. Under Pennsylvania v. Mims, you must exit if ordered. You must provide license, registration, and insurance when asked. That's it. You do not have to answer investigative questions. You do not have to explain your travel companions. You do not have to justify your presence on a public road. Now, what Tipton could have done better? He could have explicitly invoked his rights. Saying, "I'm exercising my right to remain silent," creates a clearer legal record than simply saying, "I don't know." That distinction matters when this goes to court. And it did go to court. The federal lawsuit is now in discovery precisely because moments like this raise constitutional questions.
I mean, I'm working with you over the lies that you gave me. You haven't been cool with me. If you had been cool with me, you would have stopped as soon as my lights came on way up there instead of having me drive half a mile down here and then y'all take off.
I didn't even see your lights, to be honest.
Didn't see my lights, but y'all accelerated at a high rate of speed. This thing right here, you see that? Was running and saw y'all take off. You see this thing right here? Been on the whole entire time since I've been out here talking to you. So it captured everything. Before I turned my lights on, before I turned around on y'all, it captured everything that y'all did. It goes back 2 minutes. Loops 2 minutes back. So my lights didn't have to be on to see what y'all were doing. It caught what y'all were doing prior to that. So, like I said, if you want to get him up here and get him on the phone.
I don't know the guy. If I had his number,
You're just going to ride around Clovis. No destination. Destination unknown. What's your intention for it for today? That's a question. It's not an incriminating question, so I can ask you a question.
What my intentions were today?
Yeah, you're just going to ride around Clovis all day today. Destination unknown.
Yeah, I came up here by myself, came to get gas. I was just going for a ride. It's nice. And that was it, man.
Okay. Well, if you happen to see him later on, when you get released from this traffic stop, and get your tickets, and go back to wherever you're getting, and he wants to be a man and come up and talk to me, or report to the police department, we can work on it from there. But if he wants to continue being however he's being, it's still going to go the way it's going. Well, it looks like you need to pick better people that you don't know to hang out with. I mean, I
literally just met up with the guy coming through town.
I don't meet up with random people. I find that odd. All right, you're getting 1 citation for reckless driving, okay? You said you have insurance. You need to provide that when you go to court. You have a court date on or before by November 20th here in Clovis, New Mexico at 221 Powell Street. You need to contact the court on or before by that day. If you do not contact them on or before by that day, you will have a warrant out for your arrest for a traffic infraction. Do you understand? On this traffic infraction, the citation is going to state everything. Your name, your address, the information, your driver's license information, the bike's information, the time, the date, where I noticed the infraction at, and all that. Any questions? Okay, if you sign down here at the bottom, it's not an admission of guilt. Just stating that you're going to take care of this. If you sign where the X is, where it says signature. And I'll give you your copy. You're getting the 1 citation for reckless driving. I'm not going to give you the citation for insurance. You're stating you have insurance. You need to bring that insurance with you to court and show them that you have it. Understand?
Sir.
Okay. You meet back up with your buddy. I would like to speak to him. There's your copy. Please make it to court. Like I said, if you do not make it to court or contact the court, you will have a warrant out for your arrest. Don't drive through this city or county going like that. Next time.
What was I doing?
Next time, I'm going to tow the vehicle. Sorry, the motorcycle. The motorcycle is a vehicle. Next time I will tow it and I will take you to jail for reckless driving. Do you understand?
On your camera or on that, you got me reckless driving?
It'll show it in court when you show up to court. I'll bring the dash cam and body camera to court.
Okay.
Now hold on. Next time I'm going to tow the vehicle. Let's talk about what just happened, because this is where property rights collide with the Fourth Amendment in ways most people don't understand. Under South Dakota v. Opperman, the Supreme Court established that police can conduct inventory searches of impounded vehicles. But here's the critical part everyone misses. Towing itself must be justified. The community caretaking exception allows impoundment when a vehicle poses a hazard or is abandoned. Tipton's motorcycle? Parked legally with a licensed rider standing right next to it. So what is Deputy Johnson actually threatening here? He's threatening to seize property as punishment for future conduct that hasn't occurred. That's not community caretaking. That's weaponizing impoundment authority as a coercion tool. The Fourth Amendment protects against unreasonable seizures of property, just as much as seizures of persons. And remember who we're dealing with. Deputy Johnson has faced prior internal reviews at BCSO for exactly these kinds of encounters. This isn't an officer having a bad day. This is a pattern. The civil lawsuit now in federal discovery is going to examine whether threats like this constitute unconstitutional intimidation. Because threatening property seizure without legal justification, that's the kind of conduct that transforms traffic stops into civil rights violations.
Roadside is not for court or argument, but you're getting cited for reckless driving. Along with your friend, he would get cited for reckless driving, or he'd get a whole other slew of charges. He'd honestly get taken to jail. But if he would want to show up and or talk to me, that would be a whole lot easier. Any questions?
I don't know that guy, man.
Okay, well, don't go through this town or county reckless driving, and you won't get a reckless driving ticket. Again, the roadside's not for argument. If you want to argue it, show up to court and argue your option, okay? Any other questions? You're free to go. I would suggest going home, because if I see you doing it again, I'm going to tow your bike and I'm going to take you to jail.
I say you're not.
I really don't care about your opinion, but I can just take you to jail right now if you want me to. You'll get the same thing and you'll have to sit in there for 3 days. I don't care. I care about the public safety, and when you're out here putting the public safety at risk, that's what I care about, okay? I don't care if you're a criminal or not, okay? You're out here and your friend or whoever that you say that is, y'all are putting the public safety at risk, driving like complete assholes, okay? I just stopped another bike and y'all are doing the same exact thing as him. Y'all are driving crazy. If y'all would drive like normal citizens down this road, we'd be A-okay, but y'all want to drive crazy and put other people at risk and yourself, and when something happens, y'all want to blame everybody else for, oh, these people don't pay attention to me. Pay attention to everybody else, get on your bike, and you can depart the county. Go do that in Roosevelt County. Don't do it in Curry County. I don't care if you think I'm a cool cop or not, but hey, you're going to get that citation. I can write you 2 more if you want me to. You're silent. That's what I thought. You can take your 1 citation and you can depart. I'll stand here till you depart so you don't get hit. At least I care about your safety.
So that's how it ends. At least I care about your safety. After 20 minutes of intimidation and coercion and constitutional violations, this officer wants to position himself as the protector. That right there tells you everything you need to understand about the mindset we're dealing with. Let me step back and give you the full picture of what happened after this traffic stop, because the law doesn't end when the camera turns off. Taylor Tipton filed a federal civil rights lawsuit against Deputy Courtland Johnson, and here's what matters. The federal court has denied motions to dismiss this case. That's significant. When a judge refuses to throw out a civil rights complaint at the motion to dismiss stage, they're saying there are genuine legal questions here that deserve examination. The case is now moved into discovery, where both sides exchange evidence and conduct depositions. Deputy Johnson is going to have to answer questions under oath about exactly what we just watched. And this isn't happening in a vacuum. The Bernalillo County Sheriff's Office has been facing a reckoning. In April 2026, Sheriff John Allen held a press conference addressing the termination of 2 deputies for misconduct, while simultaneously defending another deputy whose actions resulted in a state suspension. This department is grappling with systemic accountability issues. Deputy Johnson remains employed despite his documented history of contentious encounters and internal reviews. That's a policy choice the department has made, and that choice has consequences. Here's what makes this case emblematic of something larger. We're witnessing a shift in how courts treat police accountability claims. Just this year, a federal court in the Polk County case rejected statute of limitations arguments to allow a wrongful prosecution lawsuit to proceed. Judiciary scrutiny of law enforcement conduct is intensifying. The legal landscape is changing, and officers who rely on intimidation as standard practice are finding themselves exposed. What we watched today wasn't just one bad stop. It was a masterclass in how Fourth Amendment violations compound. The initial detention lacked reasonable suspicion. The interrogation violated Rodriguez. The threats weaponized criminal process as coercion. The impoundment threats constituted unconstitutional intimidation of property rights. Each violation built on the last, creating the kind of pattern that federal civil rights law exists to address. Taylor Tipton has launched a crowdfunding campaign to support his legal expenses, and it's gained substantial public attention. That matters because civil rights litigation is expensive, and most victims of police misconduct can't afford to pursue justice. When the public supports these cases, they're investing in precedent that protects everyone. So what do I want you to take away from this? First, understand your rights. You have the right to remain silent. You have the right to refuse consent to searches. You have the right to record. You do not have an obligation to help police build a case against you. Second, understand the limits of police authority. A traffic stop has a defined scope under Rodriguez. Officers cannot extend that stop without independent, reasonable suspicion. And threats of arrest or property seizure as punishment for exercising constitutional rights are themselves constitutional violations. Third, pay attention to what happens next. This lawsuit is proceeding through federal court. The outcome will establish whether officers face real accountability for the conduct we watched, or whether qualified immunity shields them from consequences. That determination affects every traffic stop in this country. The law exists to protect citizens from government overreach, but law on paper means nothing without enforcement. Every time someone like Taylor Tipton stands up and says, "This was wrong, and I'm going to prove it in court," they're defending the Constitution for all of us. I want to hear from you. Tell me your name and where you're watching from. What did this case teach you about your rights? Have you experienced something similar? Drop it in the comments because this conversation matters. These issues affect every single person who drives on public roads in America. Stay informed, know your rights, and never let anyone convince you that demanding constitutional policing makes you the problem.